Radiant team ban.
Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to game 2 of a best of 3 for the GEST Gigabyte Esports Tournament. Thank you of course to the sponsors of Gigabyte, Western Digital and Corsair. And we are going to be seeing MSIEvoGT.TNC versus Titan, MSIEvoGT being a Filipino team and Titan being a Malaysian team. And just to confirm with everyone who thinks I said Titan is a Malaysian team last game, sorry, Titan is a Filipino team last game, I didn't, you just misheard me, so that's cool. Anyway, looking at the bans, OD being banned out, Razor being banned out instantly by Titan, which is kind of interesting as they picked it up last game.
5 seconds
and
remaining.
Usually Razor is considered as a counter to OD, so with the OD out of the pool, banning Razor out first seems
Reserve time.
well quite interesting. I haven't seen Razor being a first ban unless someone is intending on going for the OD as a pickup. And they're also going to ban out the life stealer. Oh, I guess sorry they had the first ban, so they banned out the Razor to force MSI to ban out that OD, leaving. Yeah, okay. That's why I thought that they were first pick for some reason, sorry. So Razor was banned out, forcing MSI to ban out that OD. Lifesteal on the bat right, and we're going to see Visage being the first pickup for Titan. MSI, there's a lot of heroes left in the pool that are viable. If they want to go for a really mobile strategy, they go for the Weaver and the Darkseer. Two heroes that can go to the max move speed as much as they want, essentially. Only a couple of seconds cooldown once they hit level 7, or once they've maxed their spells up. But they do pick up the Weaver as the first pick, so very mobile hero with the Shikuchi, able to do a lot of damage in the mid, early and late game using that Germinate attack, as well as the Swarm, and very, very hard to kill once he gets up a defensive item such as a Linken's or a BKB using that time lapse. And MSI thinking about that next pick, they might go for something aggressive like the Nyx Assassin. They could go for the Naga Siren yet again, though it didn't quite work out for them last game. I might see a bit more of a traditional lineup with something like sorry, I'm losing my voice again. I've completely lost my train of thought. Sorry. Well, I mean, Filipinos typically go for really, really aggressive lineups. That's what I was thinking. So I'm kind of expecting a bit more aggression from them the last game, because last game they went for a huge wombo combo and they just didn't manage to get the levels. But normally the way you see Filipinos play, at least it's my experience, is just aggressive diving and, you know, playing like it's, you know, the last chance they'll ever get to play a Dota game and just wanting to get as many kills as possible. And they're going to pick up the Chen, so suits the kind of playstyle. I mean, so we saw Titan pick up the Chen last game and they had all 6 towers down by about 15 minutes into the game. They just pushed so aggressively, and with the Chen pickup, MSI might be able to do that. But Titan are just going to respond by picking up that Elder Titan, so Elder Titan is such a strong hero at the moment in the metagame. Typically, you see Astral Spirit and Natural Order being maxed, because that Natural Order just takes away all base armor reduction in the early game. That's very, very strong, because it means that before armor items are picked up, like the AC or the Vlads, or, you know, a Bazzi Ring is one. So it basically forces them to pick up a Bazzi Ring, but it means that basically all the heroes on the enemy team, if they max that, are going to have no armor, which really means that a hero like Visage with the familiars and his nukes are going to be able to just rip through every single hero on their team. And we're going to see the Naga Siren being banned out, so they don't want to have to deal with that Naga Siren Elder Titan combo, and the Dragon Knight being banned out by Titan, because Filipinos tend to love their Elder Titan. Not the Elder Titan, the Dragon Knight. Ugh. Nature's Prophet also going to be banned out by Titan, so they just really don't want to have to do with the push that MSI are looking like they're going to be going for. Picking up the Chen this early does kind of imply that you want to get towers down early, so Titan are having none of it, and they're banning out 2 of the best pushes in the game at the moment. MSI might see them ban out the Nyx Assassin if they're not going to pick it up, but no, they go for the Alchemist ban out, so Alchemist plus Elder Titan with that Acid Spray and Natural Order, that's most of the heroes that MSI picked up, if they did get that combo, would just be gone, because that's negative armor with negative armor. So it's very, very devastating. And MSI, thinking about their next pickup, a lot of options are kind of open to them at the moment. They're going to go for the Darkseer, so we have a Darkseer combo, like I mentioned, just super speedy, being able to get around the map and dodge a lot of the spells that Titan are going to be throwing at them. that Grave Chill is going to be nothing compared to Shikuchi, which you can't slow down, and Surge, which you can't slow down. Plus, it does mean they might have, if they can, time it right, they could potentially dodge the Echo Stomp as well as the Earth Splitter just by running into the other direction and getting away from it. Whereas a hero like Chen that's got a lot of creeps around him and he moves a bit slower, he's not going to be able to dodge that spell as easily. So that's a big advantage that these two heroes have got against heroes like Elder Titan that kind of rely on everyone just standing in a spot. But they did give by the Nyx Assassin, so Titan have got a huge nuking combo with the Nyx Assassin, the Visage in the early game. Nyx Assassin having a lot of damage output with the Impale, as well as the Soul Assumption coming out from the Visage. Elder Titan can combo quite well with them as well, if they can get, a couple of good lineups for them. And MSI are going to have to respond accordingly with a hero that can kind of survive this onslaught of nukes that's going to be flying at them. Because there's just so much damage coming out, and they're going to have to go a bit more 5-man. They're going to go for the Rubik, so Rubik's a really nice pickup against Nyx Assassin, as that Telekinesis has basically a 0 cast time and it's a 0 damage disable. So it does mean when he casts that Spike Carapace, you can just kind of lift him up and throw him with the Visage, or alternatively, you can lift the Visage up and throw him with the Nyx, and that's going to be their dual lane right there, most likely, with the Weaver and the Rubik going together. They just need one more mid hero. Maybe going to see something like a TA, Queen of Pain, or a Puck, someone who can combo with this Darkseer and deal a little bit more damage output, because at the moment they haven't got too much damage. They've got kind of the Fade Bolt and Weaver with the Shikuchi, but that's about it. When you look at the damage coming out from Titan, MSI are not really going to be able to survive in team fights at the moment. The last pick is going to cement whether or not they're going to have a particularly good chance in team fights, so they're going to have to kind of dodge them and just go for pushing. And with the Gyro we've got to pick up from Titan, that's just so much damage coming out, and that Triliner, Visage, Nyx Assassin, and Gyrocopter is just deadly. Nyx Assassin's done into Gyrocopter using the Rocket Barrage, and Soul Assumption coming out from Visage is enough to pick off the Weaver or the Rubik. Both of them are going to have to watch out and ensure the positioning is perfect if Titan do run an aggressive tri-lane. However, I haven't seen Titan run too many aggressive tri-lanes recently, to be honest. Mostly in the C scene, we've been seeing a lot of passive tri-lanes into 10 to 15 minutes, just grouping up and going for pushing or split pushing. So we might just see Titan giving that Weaver a couple minutes of free farm before, rotating into a team fight. Because Elder Titan plus Gyrocopter is a lot of AoE coming out. And once Gyrocopter's got his BKB up, he's not too afraid of anyone on MSI's side. I mean, they've got the Weaver with the Shikuchi and the Germinate attack, but until he gets up maybe the Lincolns or a BKB, whichever he goes for, and then another item like the Desolator, he's not going to be really doing too much damage. So if Gyrocopter can get a very fast BKB, he's going to be laughing at all of his heroes. They're not going to be able to touch him. And then he's going to have the Nyx Assassin, the Visage, and the Elder Titan to deal out all the damage, while he just kind of, does as much damage as possible with the flat cannon and the cooldown. But of course, MSI have got a decent early game push ability. They're just going to have to kind of dodge team fights until they get the core items up, which is going to be not too hard. I mean, Titan have not got that good of a pushing lineup themselves. They've got a bit more of a kind of pick off and then push, so they're aiming to get a couple of team fights or pick offs in their favour and then go for a push down a tower, whereas MSI with the Chen and the Weaver, as well as the Darkseer, who might be able to get a fast mech up, they're going to be able to just barrel down towers quite quickly. And the last pickup's going to cement this. So the DK's banned out, but I mean, there's a lot of other heroes. Like I mentioned, something like a Queen of Pain or a Puck would not be bad necessarily, as they do need a bit of damage, and the Puck would kind of be able to juke them around just a little bit, lay down that coil, and then they can all run away or rotate on the lane or do whatever they want. And it also combos quite well with the Darkseer with that vacuum. However, they might want someone with a bit more damage to go into that mid lane. Razor's already banned out, but they've got a lot of other options. It just kind of depends on... Well, I mean, I think they definitely need damage. That's a definite thing. Just having to think about what heroes they could pick up. I mean, Syllabear's been banned out. They're going to go for the TA, so another bit of negative armor that's going to be coming out in combo with the Weaver, and a really good damage dealer with that refraction. And now for the last pick coming out from Titan, they've got their offlaner, they just need a mid laner. Might see them pick up something like the Queen of Pain, whose Shadow Strike can deal a lot of damage to the TA. It does pop those refraction charges slowly but steadily. Might even see them go something interesting like a,
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know, a Venomancer carry. carry Mansa, lane him mid against the TA and just shut the TA down so she can't do
Reserve
anything.
time.
They've got a lot of AoE, they've got a lot of damage, and they've got a DPS dealer with a gyrocopter, so the draft is pretty open. There's nothing really, no gaping holes at the moment. The only thing really that they need is something to help push down towers, because they haven't got too much, you know, kind of damage dealing to towers. They've just basically got the summon familiars and the ability to clear waves. Otherwise, they've got nothing really to take the towers down, so that's going to be their only concern. So they're basically relying on getting a pick off with the Nyx Assassin and rotating into a team fight where they win 4v5. But they're thinking about it too, and they're going to go for the Queen of Pain, so she doesn't help in team fights. Sorry, she doesn't help in pushing, as in having ability to take down towers, but she can deal a lot of damage to the creep wave, and she combos really well with all of these heroes. She should be able to win mid lane. We might even see Net or Extinct picking up a set of sentries and just dropping one in mid lane just to help her in those first couple of levels, so the TA, Mr. Badburn, won't be able to use the meld to dodge her hits. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see. But I'll go through the players quickly before the game starts up. We've got Extinct playing the Visage for the side of Titan. Net is going to be on that Nyx Assassin. Ohio is going to be playing the Gyrocopter. Ice will be on the off lane TC, or sorry, Elder Titan, and KYXY will be on the mid Queen of Pain. On the side of MSI, we have got JYC playing the Chen. Passon is going to be on the Rubik. Kai will be playing the Weaver. Darkseer is going to be played by Nivek, and Badburn is going to be on that TA mid. We can already see Titan just want to run a passive tri lane, get the farm up on the Gyrocopter before rotating into kind of a mid-game pick off and push lineup. Item-wise, just very basic. We can see the Queen of Pain has been pulled those sentries, like I mentioned, so it'll give her an advantage in the mid lane, as she can just drop down the sentry, and then that meld is not going to be an escape mechanism anymore. And with that Shadow Strike dealing damage over time to Badburn, his refraction charges will be burned up pretty quickly.
30 seconds to battle.
On the side of MSI, we have got just some warding and dewarding. They're running a passive tri lane as well. Probably going to be getting a fast Bazzy up on Kai. As you can see, he has picked up that Ring of Protection. And then they're going to be pushing, and Darkseer might even just go to the jungle first up. He's kind of left his items a bit ambiguous, picking up just a Sour Shield and having 353 gold in the bank. So he could go for, you know, going down to the bot lane, picking up a couple more regeneration items. Alternatively, you could just go into the jungle and just kind of compete for farm with the Chen. And Net will be finding a haste stream bot, though it looks like he's just going to plant a ward first before he picks it up. In fact, he's playing very, very aggressively. He's even going to drop a ward behind the tower here, so KYXY with the sentries as well as that ward right there behind the tower should feel very, very safe to play hyper aggressive against Badburn. And Elder Titan on top lane. He's got the boots up, so he's going to be quite hard to kill, but
Denied.
otherwise there's not that much that they're going to be able to do to him. They've got a bit of damage. The Weaver should be able to chase him down quite well, but other than that, there's not that much they can really do to him. He's quite tanky, and with the boots he'll be able to run away. So in terms of gameplay, I mean, both these lanes, Ice probably going to be the most one in danger, as the Darkseer has just gone straight into the jungle. He's going to be killing this camp by himself while Chen takes this one. But if they can't get the kill off on Ice, they're probably going to have to wait a couple of levels, because with the Weaver, he's going to need level 2 to get that Germinate attack, because just Shikuchi's not going to be enough, and level 1 lift won't be enough as well, because he'll just be able to walk back. And they don't have really the move speed to keep up with him with being 290 on both those heroes. KYXY in mid lane should be having a decent time. We can see a bottle rush coming out on both players, though of course the damage from Badburn, if he can kind of micro it well, he will be able to last hit and deny quite effectively, as well as potentially harass KYXY a lot once he hits level 2 or 3, getting that side blades up. But if he's checked out the inventory of KYXY, which I'm assuming he has, he's going to know that there is that sentry ward planted in mid, so he's going to have to watch his back and ensure that he doesn't get caught out of position, or, you know, go too aggressively and use that meld to escape, because, you know, he should know now that it's not going to help. He's going to get just revealed. And we can see Net just camping on this haste rune. Might be wanting to make a play mid. They're really ripping down the health on Badburn. And he will be out of mana fairly soon if he is forced to spam out the refraction. Refraction having a very high mana cost. But Ned is just kind of thinking about it. He doesn't know what he wants to do yet. He's going to give it some time. Nice, just kind of coming over here. He's going to block pass on from pulling. That's all he can really do, because if the pull does go off... Oh no, he's gonna allow it. If the pull does go off, it's going to make the lane a lot harder for him, but I guess he's just not too worried about it. He's going to be just trying to harass JYC and Nivek out of lane just a little bit, but he's got to watch out because there's 5 heroes on this half of the map. From this river up, they've got the TA in the mid lane and then the other 4 in the jungle, so he's kind of in a 4v1 situation, so he's got to watch out from getting caught out of position because they can kill him off quite easily. But we are going to see Nyx Assassin finally picking up that haste rune and coming into the mid lane. Bad Burn's already out of mana. He's got up 1 level of meld in the bottle, but are they going to be able to make a play? And can see Net just standing behind the tower, ready to go, and JYC popping out the paws. Poor Pinoy's getting a little lag. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get this kill off, quite honestly. I mean, they've got level 1 Scream, 85 damage as well as a Shadow Strike, but he's bottling up okay. And he's already got up to another 150 mana, so he's got enough for the meld and the refraction, so he could just do that at the tower and force KYXY to waste that sentry within the tower range. And even with level 1 Nyx Assassin, that stun is quite good, but they're going to have to make sure it hits without the refraction damage on, and even then I don't know if they have enough damage to take him down. Getting out that fast bottle really, getting the bottle up at that time, in fact, really gave him a bit of a hand. And I think perhaps when Net spotted that haste rune at bot lane, he wanted to get a courier pick off, which is why he planted the ward there, because as soon as the courier started heading down, we saw him pick that haste rune up, so that might have been kind of the aim of his game, was to steal the courier kill. He's even going to find a DD rune bot lane. And they're waiting now. They do see Bad Burn heading down there. Nyx Assassin's got that haste rune, but it's going to wear off, and he's just camping around that rune, just making himself very, very annoying to that TA. Another sentry's been dropped, but we're going to see the 2 supports from the side of MSI smoked up and heading down the river. Passon has got the lift as well as the Chen stun coming out. Queen of Pain doing as much damage as she can to Bad Burn, but is she going to be overextended? Maybe just a little bit. She's getting quite low, but nice Centaur stun coming out. That's going to be the death of KYXY for the first blood, taken there by the Chen. She was playing very, very aggressively there, kind of wanting to scare out the TA from lane, but unfortunately it didn't go in her favour. And now this is good for Net because he'll be able to get maybe a little bit of experience before KYXY rotates back to lane. But instantly they're going to rotate in. Queen of Pain doing a lot of damage with that Scream, but are they going to be able to get the kill? No, it looks like he's going to... Actually, KYXY is going really, really aggressively. He's on 2 health. Is he going to be able to get the last hit? Is a question. Oh my god. Yes, he is going to be able to score that kill using that Scream of Pain to the last hit. JYC did rotate in, but not fast enough, I suppose. Now Net's just enjoying these couple of moments of farm in mid lane. He's got enough for boots if that's what he chooses to buy. On bot lane, Visage is doing okay. He's 7-2 because of pulling for experience. And on top lane, Ice, he's in fact going for the Echo Stomp as well as the Astral Spirit build, which is not like what we've been seeing in other countries, but of course these areas have got their own kind of metagame and they play amongst themselves, so they know what's going to work best for them. And the Echo Stomp is really, really good for teamfight initiation and counter initiation. It's a very scary spell, so there's nothing wrong with it at all. It is a very strong spell. And when you're going to have the Elder Titan in this offlane unable to get experience, it's probably going to be better for him in the short term at least to just be able to use that to kind of harass and farm and force them back, and even use it if he gets initiated on. Once that lift is over, there's no way they can try and kill him. We're going to see pushes by Titan on the bot tower. They've got the Bazzi ring up, there's nobody there to stop them. Dux is not really in a position to rotate down. He's level 3 at the moment, so no, he's just going to keep killing these stacks here. But with the Elder Titan kind of sitting top lane with the Soul Ring up now, he's just going to be able to delay any kind of push that MSI want to go for. Chen's still only level 4, needs that level 5 first, and actually KYXY versus Bad Burn in mid lane having a little bit of a play with each other. All the charges are going to be down on the meld, he's out of... Sorry, on the refraction, he's out of mana, and KYXY actually just going to pop his ultimate to get that last hit, and he should be able to get away. Yeah, he's got 80 health. he should be okay, and the bot tower is going to fall at the same time, so nice little exchange in the favour of him. And
is under attack.
that's the real problem with the TA in the mid lane at the moment, is that refraction costs so much mana that it's very, very hard to spam. When she's only got a 360 mana pool, she casts it 3 times before she's out of mana. And that's kind of why Tia she's still in the metagame, she's still a viable pick, but she kind of fell off just that little bit, because if she's versing a hero that can pop those refraction charges down very easily and has better rune control than her, she does have a little bit of trouble with the lane. And unfortunately, they were sort of forced into picking up a hero like Tia. Actually, I'm just killing top lane, sorry. Elder Titan getting way too far up, and we're going to see rotation coming in from the Chen. Didn't even need to use a stun, just the Rubik.
Has fallen.
Lift and nuke enough to drop him down with the help of Kai. But again, another tower falling, so 2 towers down. Score is 2-2, but 2 towers down in the favour of tried to dodge, but the sentry ward in the favour of Titan. So if we look at the gold graph, they should be significantly in favour, about 2,000. A lot of that will be due to the towers. I'm gonna have to see what they go for next, and KYXY will be finding this rune at the bot lane. Unfortunately, Bad Burn guessed wrong and
Dire's middle tower
did manage to
attack.
And now this is the problem with taking so many towers very quickly, is that Ohio has to play a little bit carefully, because he could get caught out at this point. And I mean, if we look at the farm, he is doing a lot better than the Weaver, especially with all the tower gold. But I mean, actually we're going to see another initiation going off on Bad Burn in mid lane. He's getting very, very low, but rotation coming in from the Rubik as well as the Chen, trying to get him down low on KYXY, but he's just going to be able to get away. Bad Burn survived on around about 100 health, but he's going to bottle up and just walk back. And Sentry Ping drop it instantly dewarded. They're just going to drop another sentry now to take that one down. They want to have that ward in the mid lane. It's going to be able to help that TA quite a lot, especially given they're playing quite aggressive against him and trying to shut him down. And Weaver thus far has been fairly uncontested. I mean, the Elder Titan has been in that lane, spamming out that Astral Spirit, which does quite a lot of damage to the Weaver, as you can see now. But they have got that 1 kill on him, so Elder Titan not... Well, he's doing decently actually. He's level 6 already. But we're going to see smoke up now coming out from MSI. We've got the Chen, the Darkseer, and actually he's going in quite aggressively, going to be dropping down that Astral Spirit, trying to catch sight of him, but he's probably going to drop at this point. In comes the Rubik lift going off, as well as Chen stuns, just to ensure the lockdown, and he is going to fall now. Mid lane Visage probably just trying to get level 6. We do see KYXY smoked up. Just gonna pop a Kai.
Like the sound of that?
He just saw him coming down and he said, hey, here's my chance, use a Sonic Wave, and see you later, Kai, along with that scream. So that was a good pick off on the Weaver, who had been getting quite a lot of farm, and further securing the farm of Ohio is, at the moment, they really can't leave the top lane. In fact, even now, KYXY still just hanging around a top lane with the Ancestral Spirit, and the Stomp just delaying the creep wave from coming forward, with him going for the deny. And just doing so much damage, and in mid lane we're actually going to see Bad Burn just getting harassed quite a bit. Mana boots have been picked up on net, trying to farm the mana boots up on Extinct if they get the opportunity to as well, just so they can spam even more. And Ohio is still just pushing so aggressively, even going up to the point of the tier 3 tower. ISO going to get caught out of position just a little bit. They're all there to join the party, and Chen's going to score the last hit. Now KYXY trying to take out Passon, and he actually does not get the last hit. He hasn't got the ability to scream once more, and that's going to be the death of both the Elder Titan and the Queen of Pain, just overextending in just a little bit. And that heal coming out from Chen was just perfect timing. Just when KYXY thought he scored the kill on Passon, no, in fact he had an extra 200 health or so, and he was going to be okay. So really well played there by MSI. And nice stacks here for the Gyrocopter. Might see them go for one more stack. They have got the Helm of the Dominator before Gyrocopter rotates over there just to take it down. And I mean, at this point, looking at the gold graph, it has kind of come back just a little bit, which is really good for MSI, because in terms of the draft, I would say they don't have a stronger draft in just pure damage, but if they can kind of keep the advantage up, once they hit mid-game, they're going to have a lot of damage output just from that Weaver, TA,
Clearly not.
and the Darkseer wall. So they're kind of just trying to bide their time until it gets to that point. Queen of Pain going to find Navizarin, so she might try and make a play on mid lane. We do actually see Ohio rotating in as well as Extinct. Scream of Pain going to be stolen by Rubik, so he's probably quite happy with that. It's a nice steal, and KOXY now actually going to be coming up. They've actually caught sight of him. Sentry Ward going to be dropped. Lift coming out from the Rubik, and he's going to get dropped down very, very quickly. And is he going to be able to get away? He blinks away on a little bit of health. Now Chen, next one in trouble. Sonic Wave going to be dropped down. Visage Nuke actually flies onto the creep by accident, but Elder Titan he's there to join the party. Pass on being surged out of the way, and Badburn now wanting to maybe make a play if he can, but not quite in the position to with that Chen down. Weaver, meanwhile, just pushing the top lane, wanting to get up that Lincoln as fast as he can.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Right, on top lane, Kai might be in a little bit of trouble. KYX by rotating up, just doing a bit of harass, getting out that Shadow Strike as well as Scream of Pain and forcing him back. And Badburn just trying to get his farm up. I mean, JYC is getting closer, slowly but steadily, to that mech. Courier doesn't have anything, so he's not that close, but he's not that far. And actually, Kai going to rotate in very, very aggressively, unable to use his Timeless because of a lack of mana. And Net now taking a lot of damage, but he's going to be able to pop that Spike Carapace. It looks like Kai is going to be falling before he can cast his ultimate. JYC now in the middle of a team fight. Stomp has been stolen, Busy going to be able to cast it, and JYC just drops incredibly quickly. And Queen of Pain now trying to take down Passon as well. Stomp going to be cast by Passon, but it's not going to be enough, and KYXY is just going to blink out of the danger. Nivek now running for his life. He has got Net on his behind, and no, he is going to drop after Elder Titan pulls out that Astral Astral Spirit. Getting confused between the Dota 1 names. And that was a really good trade for Titan. It wasn't even really a trade, it was just a team down for them. No loss of heroes, I don't think. I mean, score is just 10-5, which doesn't seem that bad, but all the towers falling down for the side of Titan is really making the gold difference hard. Plus, it seems to be the key heroes are falling for the side of MSI. Yeah, Badburn dying 3 times is really not what they want, and even though Nivek, that was the first time he died, he's gone for a minus build, so he's gone for a bit of a bone 7 there. Didn't notice him pick that up earlier, but I mean, item-wise, he's not doing so hot. Whatever he's going to go for, which I'm honestly not too sure. Normally we see him pick up the mech, but it looks like JYC is going to be picking up the mech this game. So maybe we're going to see a 4-star or something a bit unusual coming out from him. Hype possibly, to help with all the magical damage.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Next that's going to be using that ultimate Net, trying to get a pick off, and Rubik might be the one caught out of position here. He's going for a little bit too aggressively. Net will catch sight of him.
Middle tower is under attack.
And just going to be dropped down very, very quickly. Titan getting the last hit with those familiars. Rotation now coming in. Ohio using that Rocket Barrage to do a lot of damage. Now Badburn going to get surged into all of them. Just kind of runs into all of them though and gets dropped down very, very quickly. Sentry Ward is going to catch sight of him, and KYXY blinks in, gets Lusted and Nivek, sorry. And that's going to be 4 down yet again. The only one standing is Kai, who was on the other side of the map farming.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And now they are just going to rotate into pushing down the tier 2 top tower.
Top tower is under attack.
And I dropped my mouse, sorry.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
And that is going to be the second last tier 2 tower falling for the side of MSI. Just one more remaining to set mid tier 2, and if Titan are going to be true to form as they did last game, they'll take that down and they go to the Roshan pit, get the Aegis, and then try and push the high ground. And at the moment, I mean, Ohio hasn't even bothered trying to go for anything, you know, silly like a BKB. He's just gone all out damage, so I kind of like this choice. I'm a bit of a fan of the full damage build. Maybe going to see him pick up an MKB. He hasn't got anything yet, but once he kills his stack, he's going to be rolling in gold. That's a lot of creeps to pick off. But, I mean, he should be able to wipe them all down. They haven't got anything like a Nyx Assassin that's going to be able to reflect the damage back on him, so there's nothing really stopping him from just kind of running into all of them and just destroying them all with that flight cannon. Of course, though, this will make him very, very squishy and susceptible to being picked off himself, so he's going to have to watch out. You know, if that TA catches sight of him or Weaver just runs up at him, they will be able to pick him off. But I mean, with the BKB, they don't have that much disable to really take him down, so it's not necessarily going to be the best choice this game anyway. They don't have too much lockdown to stop him from just popping that flat cannon and DPSing as fast as he can. And he is going to go for that MKB, and he has picked it up already. So this might be the point where they just go from the mid tower push and if go tier 3 if they get the opportunity. If they get another team down, there's really going to be nothing stopping them, and this Chen desperately wants to get a tower down, but it's very, very hard. And while they do go for the tier 1 top tower,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
it's going to be quite difficult to exchange that faster than they get in the tier 2 in mid, and it looks like they are going to be rotating back. But Chen, of course, not having it, well, the ability to TP, really, he needs those creeps with him. He just has to walk through the jungle to reach
Dire's
them.
middle tower has fallen.
And that is going to be the tier 2 falling down. Looking at the net worth, Weaver is about half the net worth of the gyrocopter, which, you know, it really shows what a hard game he's had. He's trying his bestest, his absolute bestest to pick up the Lincolns, but it's very, very hard for him. He's had such a rough lane and been picked up a couple of times by that Queen of Pain, and nuking them is just absolutely destroying him. I wonder if it might have been a better choice to just go for the BKB rush, even though it doesn't give as much survivability. Well, it gives a different type of survivability than the Lincolns. Lincolns meaning he can really spam his spells because he's not going to have a problem with mana again. But, unfortunately, he's probably not going to be able to get that Lincolns up until we see Titan already pushing the tier 3, and now Ohio has actually got the Aegis on his hero, so he's going to be able to just walk up the hill and attack the tower. But MSI making a last stand. They've got a smoke, and they're ready to come around from behind and maybe try and get a pick off. Actually, no, Pason's going to be revealed, so they know that something's up. They probably know that they're actually in smoke, though. Maybe they didn't notice because no pings are coming out, and in comes the scissor tactic. Might be able to catch Ice out of position, and they will actually catch sight of Ice. Net going to be flying out from the Chen. Meld damage going to hit them, and Vacuum flying them all out of the way. Nice ult coming up from the TC, and Queen of Pain going to get a triple kill already. Ultra kill. Just huge damage coming out from that AoE from the side of Titan. Ohio's damage combined with the Queen of Pain and the Elder Titan just ripping through all of them, and 5 down. They should be able to get the Rex quite easily. In fact, GG is going to be called. So that was game 2 of a best of 3, and both games went to Titan quite convincingly. They did a lot of pushing and just managed to get down all the tier 2 towers and the Roshan, and then just push uphill by, well, 20 minutes in both games. So GG well played to them, and GG well played to MSI too. They gave it a good shot, but they just couldn't pull it through, I guess. But thanks to the sponsors for the GEST, Western Digital, Corsair and Gigabyte. And yeah, I think we've got some more games coming up in sometime soon. I'm not too sure when. But yeah, thanks for watching.